Well, Olympic fans will not soon forget the 2020 games and Simone Biles, as we all learned what the twisties meant and how the focus of mental health in athletics was sharpened.
Yeah, it really drew focus to that topic. But you don't have to be an Olympic athlete to face amazing amounts of pressure if you're a parent or a grandparent of a young athlete. Listen up. Our next guest has some important information for you. Dr. Jeff Guina, he's the Chief Medical Officer with Easterseals MORC. He joins us this morning via Zoom to discuss mental health and athletics. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, our pleasure. Obviously, the Olympics are well underway, and there's been a lot of talk about this intense pressure that athletes are under all the time to perform at their very, very best, whether it's a tryout or a competition. What are the steps that athletes can take to maintain their mental well-being? We talked about Simone Biles and what she went through just a few years ago.
Yeah, it's as you mentioned, whether it's being an athlete or whether it's other high performance areas or even school, there's a lot of pressures in life. And pressure is an important part of success, but there's a balance. There's a balance of, we need to have expectations in our life and motivation in our life. But at some point, sometimes those pressures, those anxieties, those motivations cross over into making success harder. And like you mentioned, the twisties, or in baseball they call it the yips. Sometimes it's very difficult to keep that balance.
And so what should coaches or parents or caregivers be looking out for? As you talk about, we need this pressure. How do we know when it's too much pressure, when things are having a bad impact?
I think whether you're a parent or a coach or a teacher, it's all about having a balance of expectations and support. Really, we need kids and adults need both. Support is, so if you have support without expectations, that can be very permissive, and kids get away with things, and there can be problems there. If you have expectations without support, there can be so much pressure without feeling like there's a chance for a break or that failure is even ever acceptable.
You know, as parents, we all know that our kids have teachable moments, right? There are times when they're more apt to actually hear you, and those car rides home from, say, a meet or a match or a game where they're not feeling great. Maybe they blew the game or they just weren't happy with their performance. What are some good tips for folks to approach them in that moment?
Sure. I mean, we all fall down in life, so to speak, in various ways, whether it's sports or whether it's not doing as well on a test or screwing up with our friendships or our relationships. And I think, again, it comes down to having those expectations about trying to do our best, but also having that support and that understanding that sometimes we screw up, and hopefully we can learn from those things, and we can learn to be good winners and good losers, and keep getting up after you fall down.
You know, in my house, I use Batman's line. I like to ask my daughters, why do we fall down? To learn to get back up. It's a line from Batman. I took it,
really?
but it speaks to the same concept there.
Yeah, absolutely. And Doctor, let's talk about Easterseals MORC and what kind of resources and programs they offer to support mental health. We're talking all about support here. We can come to you for support, right?
Sure. We're the largest mental health organization in Michigan. We have locations all over the state, and we serve kids and adults with a variety of mental health concerns, whether that be depression, anxiety, things like schizophrenia, drug and alcohol use problems, autism, intellectual disabilities. We really try to serve all people of all ages, regardless of what their mental health concerns may be.
Absolutely, and people may hear about you through some of the things that you do in the community. I mean, I know that Easterseals MORC is big in our world because of Over the Top and rappelling down buildings downtown. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, this is a fundraiser that we do every year in Grand Rapids, and we literally go over the edge. I did it myself a couple years ago. It was I gotta say, I wasn't scared until I looked over the edge and had to overcome my own anxiety. but I'm so glad I did it. I think that that's an important piece of this, whether we're talking about athletes or kids doing any kind of scary thing. Giving kids a chance and giving people a chance to take a little bit of risk and overcome that can be so powerful and help us grow and be better people.
Wonderful. And this is a way that people can get involved and help support what you do. Talk to us quickly about that. If people want to go over the edge, they can raise money and be a part of this as well.
Yeah, if you want to rappel down a high rise next to the river, you can do that. If you want to donate to the cause and that money will go to serving kids and adults with mental health concerns, you can do that as well. Perfect. All right, Dr. Guina, thank you so much for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, you want to learn more about Easterseals MORC? We've got some more information on our website as well. You can head to fox17morningmix.com. We'll be right back.